Hello gamers, and today we're going to talk about 3 cool items in my collection. Now this is actually a tag video. I was tagged by DDgames, and what you were supposed to do is just talk about the 3 coolest items in your collection that you personally feel are the coolest. Maybe describe a little bit about them, how you got them, and all that good stuff. So let's jump right in with the heavy hitter right off the bat. Literally the heavy hitter. This is my main controller for my copy of Steel Battalion. For the original Xbox. There's also foot pedals, the game, and the box that this thing came in, and it was massive. This is a really cool, unique gaming experience. Massive controller. This is the initial print run of the game. I think there was 10,000 copies that Capcom put out initially. You can tell because of the green buttons. The later releases, I think there were 2 or 3 more batches produced, have blue buttons. You know, this thing was $200 when it came out. Back in the day, I think the Xbox itself was going for $300, so it was a heavy investment to get a full-on mech simulator, but I guarantee you, you've never played anything quite like this. It's a very unique experience that you're not going to get outside of Steel Battalion. Was it worth the money back then? Maybe not, but I did get it on launch day, and actually the funny thing is I remember it was a birthday gift from my then girlfriend in college, and you know how life goes. You don't always get the girl, but hey, at least you get to keep the video games. Important life lesson, kids. Next up, my favorite garage sale find of all time. This was probably 2 years ago now, in my neighborhood, literally 3 blocks down the street. Guy had a ton of games, but this is what caught my eye. Something I would never expect to find at a garage sale. I got my boxed Atari Jaguar. Even came with the AV cables. The box, obviously, it's got some damage, but all in all, this thing is in amazing shape. And to find it at a garage sale in my neighborhood is just insane. The Jaguar was one of those systems that when I was a kid, and I remember seeing the commercials for it, like during the Super Nintendo and Genesis era, and I was just like super pumped. I grew up on the Atari 2600, and I really thought this was it. I thought Atari was back, this is going to be great, and I was super pumped about it, and I remember all my friends kind of making fun of me for being excited about it, and then it just disappeared. I never really saw them. I mean, you'd see them in stores occasionally, but it was gone before it even took off. So I was happy to get this. Is it a good console? But it is a really cool piece of gaming history. It's the last home console from Atari, and one that I couldn't be happier to have in this condition. I think it's very cool. And then the last item, a fantastic game here. Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo. Now, you're probably wondering, it's Super Mario Kart, what's the big deal? Now, I do have this box, my original box, everything. This actually isn't my copy, although it did come from my childhood. This was a game that I rented all the time. Now, my father and I, we didn't play a ton of video games together, but we played this one a lot, and we would rent it. And one Christmas, I wanted to get him this for Christmas. I think it was the Greatest Hits edition. So they were like $30 back then, and I bought it for him. This is my dad's copy of the game, and we sunk countless hours into this together. We used to do like the circuits, the 4 races, and we would alternate between first and second. We'd let each other get first and second because we were really good at the game. We put a lot of time into it, so that you always got to the end. If you did that right, it was a tie score. So still one person was given the first place and the other person was given second place, but you came out tied. So that was kind of our goal, was to always just make that happen. Just so many great memories of just me growing up and having fun playing this with my dad, and that's what makes this so special, and that's why I'll never get rid of this copy of the game. And that's why I think it's so cool. But now it's time, because this is a tag, for me to pick a few other people to send this on to that might want to do this. First off, I'm going to do Nintendo 13. He has tagged me a couple times. I still owe him another tag video, which I'm getting to, I promise. And I want to see what the 3 coolest items in your collection are. And then I will do a channel that I've followed for a while, really enjoy, great pickups, Nintendo Hodge. I've just never gotten a chance to shout him out or tag him, so Nintendo Hodge, I'd love to see what you've got. And then the last one, I'm going to do Pete from On a Retro Tip. I just think he's got really cool import items and collectibles and homebrews. It'd be interesting to see what he's got in the way of 3 cool items for his collection. So again, 3 cool items in your collections. By all means, you do not have to do a response video. If I've tagged you, you know, no pressure. I'm not worried about it, but if you'd like to give it a shot and have some fun with it, by all means, I will leave a link to everyone's channel in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you next time.